Alright, so let's do a quick catch up. Anybody remember what happened 2 weeks ago in the session?
We went through a space wormhole and got attacked by space wormhole soldiers. That really fucked our shit.
That's true. But what about rewinding a few days before that? Remember what happened?
We got all very drunk at a space bar.
That is.
We tried to get drunk, but we barely managed to get a drink.
Yeah, so you went to the lava moon known as Ember's Rest, and there you met Hato Lowborn. Conversations were had with Hato about that if you wanted to use the arc gate that is on the moon, you would need to go down to his home planet of Marilia and find a power core. You guys refused said side quest and was like, no, fuck Liam's side quest and the mapping and stuff he does. Never mind that shit. We're gonna fucking leave and use the Imperial channels. We don't need to use the secret pirate arc gate. However, you were followed by Tina Two Barrels because she believed that you had information on her aspirant, her apprentice, Blaive. Some words were exchanged between Alia and Tina, where Tina warned you not to basically meddle with Imperial affairs, right? And she also told you that, behave when you're out here during your sabbatical. She asked you some questions. You used your Imperial kind of standing, Alia, and told her to basically, stand down. You guys left the lava moon and spent several days travelling towards the arc gate that would take you to Holdfast. You got to the arc gate, joined the queue, and entered arc space. But midway through your journey, your pilot Everest failed to notice something out the bridge window, and then was shot from behind. A fierce battle ensues with some humanoids.
But it wasn't very fierce on Everest's end.
Just some shotgun blasts that kept missing. After a long battle, it was one of the longest battles I've ever done in an RP, I think. It was like 15 rounds or something. You guys managed to fight off these four Marines. And now that you have finished fighting them, they lay dead in the common room, 3 of them, and 1 in the engine room. And then I hand the stage over to the crew of the Rust Monster.
Anyone else care to explain where we picked up passengers? Because I don't remember picking up passengers.
Must say, my memory's a little hazy on that as well.
And where the fuck did these things come from?
Yeah, and also, who's in charge of managing the cargo and, safety of the ship? Did we ever assign someone to do that? Because that might be a good idea.
I think that probably would be a good idea.
Well, seeing as how I'm neither the captain nor the owner of the ship, I hereby give you the opportunity to take charge. See ya! I'm gonna go get a drink.
I left the stove on. I'll be back.
Well, I could, a little help would be nice.
Help with choosing, or help with the bodies? Help with what, Captain? Sorry.
I think the corpses are our most pressing concern.
Well, you probably want to get those 2 back to help space it.
Okay.
Heavy lifting is not exactly my thing, but I'll drag one of them.
Looks helplessly at them. How many bodies are there?
there are 3 up in the common room where you currently are, and 1 in the engine room that you killed, right?
Yeah.
I grab the one that's already closest to an airlock and space it.
Yeah, okay, so you begin dragging one of these creatures, and they're quite, like I explained before, quite lanky and sinewy. They kind of have this look about them, but they are wearing tight body armor, like some sort of battle armor. And as you begin to drag them, you realise that there is equipment falling out of pockets and pouch and bag, ammo. You see a pulse battery that could be loaded into the rifles and stuff like that. Begin to notice some of the tech that it has on it isn't exactly like modern or new. This is like old style tech. And then you move its respirator around as you're like moving it, and you begin to see a very, very kind of like gaunt jaw with kind of stubble along it. You drag it towards the. Are you throwing its equipment out into the airlock as well?
If it doesn't fall off, probably.
Okay, yeah, you drag it in. I'm assuming you're not going to space them while you're going through Ark.
I don't know. Will that fuck us up or them?
Yes, it's very well known that you do not open anything while you're traveling through Ark.
Okay.
How did they get in?
Yeah, I'll just leave it in the airlock.
Okay, you begin dragging body one by one. So you throw 4 long.
No. Just one.
Just one. Okay.
Just putting it.
You can just see like Alia in the background,
Just
like
make that clear.
Yeah. Okay.
very slowly dragging one, like ew.
Yeah, Celeste is not far behind on that same mentality. Like, that's why she's doing one. She's put her effort in. That's good enough.
Yeah. So the one they Tane, its equipment has fallen to the ground because if you remember correctly, it was firing with one gun and it had a long sword in its hand. So as you've been dragging that, it leaves that behind.
Once I've done that, I'll go back up to where Tane was because he said he was getting a drink.
Okay.
I don't suppose this allows an extension to the bar. I think it calls for it.
Finally, hands over the bottle.
Excellent. Well, I must admit I can't be bothered to get the carts again. We'll just stick to the drinking if that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I would
Have any
like to
thoughts
begin
on where these
my,
came from?
Oh, please.
And do we have any like sensors or anything on the ship to be like the door was randomly opened while we weren't here? Or
I mean,
like that?
Everest would have noticed something on the heads-up display. But if you notice, I did make Everest roll like a kind of perception awareness check last session.
No, we want to like retroactively.
Okay,
check the
yeah,
content
there
or
is,
something.
and no, it doesn't seem like any doors were opened.
Oh, that's mildly concerning.
Did they have
We
anything
noticed
that could have
anything?
teleported them on them?
Oh, everything's in the airlock.
Oh.
Want to go check? You can go check.
Yeah, I do kind of want to
Yeah.
like look at the corpses.
Yeah, you can make an intellect check.
Right.
Level 4. Nice. So you work. I shouldn't ask this question, but which side does Everest work? Top to bottom or bottom to top?
He starts at the bottom.
Of course. So for shoes, these guys seem to be wearing some sort of like tight battlesuit boots that have kind of a flexible, like poly plastic type material. The moment you go to touch them, you realise they have like a sticky surface on the bottom, allowing climbing. They have shin guards that seem to be pretty fucking tough. One of Tane's bullets is lodged into it. The moment you begin moving up, you see that they wear these rings around their thighs. To like almost steel, kind of a cobalt blue colour. The moment you go to touch it, you see kind kind of in the middle, like kind of like, I guess what it looks like a mood ring, but big. And at the moment you go near it, it flashes and activates and disconnects, leaving you with 2 rings, almost like now in 2 halves. On their
He
wrists.
looks at the rings and then looks at his crotch and then looks at his rings again.
It's not a sex thing. Just don't, okay? Just please. For once.
Okay.
It would do
and
my
he sheep-
sanity a world of good.
He sheepishly hands them over.
Ah, I don't want to touch it.
Yep. Alright, this guy also has a set of armor on. A set of light armor. A respirator that, when you take it off, turns into a small biometric patch in your hand, the size of like a coin. Looks like it was like some sort of artifact. Looks like you place it to your forehead and immediately you get like a respirator. And you take a look around. It's like anti-vacuum as well. Like just literally covers the entire of your face when you attach it. You turn him over and you realise that he has a temporary phaser on his back, allowing him to phase through matter. Very similar to what Celeste can do.
Oh. Do you think they attach themselves to the hull and then phase through?
Possible. Certainly can be done.
Other than that, pulse rifle and a basic longsword. And as you pick the longsword up, it's very kind of archaic. There's no fancy space shenanigans or sci-fi stuff to the blade. It is a very sharp steel rapier, sort of thin longsword blade, with a basket work hilt. There is a symbol actually on the basket work. Got my notes. You can make an intelligence check. Whoever's in the airlock. Difficulty 6.
Succeeded my 1 check this session, Rocket. You can take this one.
Okay, I'll effort it.
Okay.
Oh. Right, assets, what have I got? Oh, I don't know. I don't think so.
No.
It's not my forte.
All right. So you see the symbol on the basket hill is a skull, and out of the eyes come 2 almost like octopus appendages. That's what you
Are
think.
you
then.
sure you don't know anything about this? I've definitely seen images like this on your computer before.
You need to stop looking at my computer. For
I
your
really
sanity
do.
and mine.
I really do. I don't know though. I don't recognize it.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen this before.
You can take it up and show the others afterwards. What else have you found?
What else have I found? Have I found any ciphers, Liam? Because I feel like we haven't found any ciphers yet.
Yeah, go on then. Let's roll a d100. Let's see what you get.
That's what I'm talking about. Wow.
Number 7.
Lucky number 7.
Oh, a mood patch. An adhesive patch that activates when slapped. Once activated, the patch transfers a substance that makes the wearer feel an emotion. Enter a particular state of mind or forget something unpleasant. Can you roll another d100?
Sure. Well, good to know that our invaders had a mood patch on them.
Of course you rolled this! Of course you... Ow! You've got a mood patch that when slapped makes you feel ecstatic.
Why do I have 2 mood patches?
No, the D100 was to see the mood. The second D100,
Oh.
yeah. You rolled ecstatic. So, it's a level 5 mood patch that when slapped makes you feel ecstatic.
Basically got an ecstasy patch. I love it.
Yeah.
But this is it's it's a cipher. So
Yeah.
one time I get slapped, I feel great.
Well, you've got to
That's
slap
level
it. It's like a patch.
Oh, I slap it.
Yeah, it's like a
Okay.
patch that you put somewhere on your body.
Can you copy me the text? I'm lazy.
Yeah, of course.
The fact that it has a level, as if that is in any way relevant in this case.
It's level 5 ecstasy.
It determines how ecstatic you get.
I know where he's going to stick that, and I don't want to know, but I know where he's going to stick it.
Definitely not going to be in the room. To be fair, I'm just glad it wasn't horny.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I deleted the table and just put what you roll. Yeah, so it looks like they had a patch. Quickly look. Sure, Lars. You can have one of those patches. Adrian will deliver.
Hey Lars, I heard you didn't hit shit on Sunday. What's up with that?
And on one of their bodies, you find a creation lantern.
A creation lantern.
Yeah.
Sounds more exciting.
Mm.
No, I got the mood patch. You can have this one, Rocket. That's only fair that I get the mood patch and you get the creation lantern.
Thank you. Make sure you set the device on the hollow sensitive.
Pretty cool.
Interesting.
It's missed out a tag, by the way. It's depletion 1 in 10. You can use it every time you go to use it. You have to roll a d10, and if you roll a 1, it's finished.
Oh, it's an artifact.
It is an artifact.
Oh, look at you go. That's a good artifact for a thief.
So grateful that 7 tanked 4 gnolls for me out the kindness of our own heart.
How detailed is this?
Did she go down?
Yeah, it's detailed. No, it's pretty detailed. Like it says, if you roll a d6 now, Rocket, it'll tell you the level of the lantern, and that's how many hours it lasts for. So you've got a level 2 creation lantern, and yeah.
That's pretty cool.
But it will do like a detailed, exact kind of replica.
Looks like it, yeah.
Nice. Time to get some gin.
Yeah, but like, could you imagine it's in your system, and then after 2 hours it just vanishes?
Sounds like the perfect hangover cure.
Sick.
Yeah, I guess. Okay, so yeah, they also have some currency on them, but it's no currency you've ever seen.
Also, please don't ever give that thing, whatever you do, to Everest.
Yeah.
Creating a sex doll of himself or something.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, yeah, so they have like a bunch of these,
us, you know.
like currency. It's like transparent plastic strips with like a hologram in them, and you see like the same logo that you saw on the basketball hilt, and each of them seem to be worth like 1 million of whatever it is. You recognize numerals at least.
I'll pocket the currency because a collector might want it somewhere.
Okay. Yeah, so you've got 8 million of them. Don't pull that face. It's only 8 slips of this stuff.
It's Venezuelan dollars.
Yeah. So the party is still like hurtling through arc space at this. Is there anything that Alia would do, Todd?
Well, she's been left to deal with the bodies alone, so she's like slowly dragging each one to the airlock and stopping every now and then to dry heave.
Okay, yeah. So you're seeing everyone basically looting and becking through these guys. Does anybody want to take one of their pulse rifles? Or are you not
Yep,
interested?
that's what I was going to ask. Yeah.
So it's a medium weapon. Pulse rifle, shoots long distance. You quickly look around, and there are a total of 12 pulse batteries.
Okay.
The idea is that with these pulse rifles, whenever you roll a GM intrusion, you have to eject the pulse. Like that's it. So 1 in 20 for reloading.
Okay, I take a pulse rifle.
Okay.
How much damage does it do? 4?
Yeah, 4.
What's the advantage to using a shotgun then?
What's the what? Advantage of using a shotgun?
Yeah.
It's flavor, isn't it?
Well, pulse rifle has a short range, so.
Yeah, it's
the shotgun.
It's a fucking laser rifle.
Look, I'm not.
I mean, I'm gonna guess a shotgun is a lot cheaper than this thing, but never.
Well, what's really valuable is friendship, you know, Liam.
Good, and your porn collection.
Medium weapon, range short. And no, it's if GM intrusion need to refill pulse.
Oh, range, you said, right?
Yeah, long range. Yeah, you can fire quite far.
Long. And we found 12 batteries, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, I've got those on my sheet. If you want, we can just take them from mine.
Give me 2 for now.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay. Yeah, so these guys are like they have the image of like a long assault rifle. Where the cartridge should be is this cylindrical container, and it's detachable, and you can just push the battery in, and you hear the click and slide and like the fizz as the plasma like kind of is loaded into the gun, and then you get this like slight blue beam down the side to say that it's loaded. Okay, that's all you find in the airlock. And on their person.
How long do we have left on our arc travel?
20 minutes.
Do you think that they phased in through the hull?
Yes, thank you for arriving at the conversation from 10 minutes ago.
Thank you for arriving and helping me with these bodies. You know, as the captain of the ship, I had administrative passwords to all of our systems and browsing permissions for each member of the crew, so you might...
Oh my god, you want me to move bodies? Don't let me stop you, I'll get right on that.
So, is this the opportunity for some of you to take a rest as well?
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
take a 10-minute rest.
But do I?
And the 1 action here, I still take 2 rests.
Yeah,
Do
I'll
the
do the
10
same.
minute.
And 7 is useful.
Oh, okay. I guess if it clicks it, it fills 1 in, but I didn't use the 1 hour one, so I'll do it. That's good.
That's new. It didn't do that before, did it? Reroll like that.
Nope, I didn't. So if you click the roll, it will automatically tick one of the
Okay, cool.
ones and then progress it.
Yeah, so you're no longer impaired, Alia, now that you've had a little rest.
I see. I'm gonna take a 10-minute rest as well.
You can take the 1 action and the 10-minute if you want.
Yeah, after that, I'll finish my drink and start help move bodies as well.
I don't know why it said 1 hour. I think it was just it's because of the way I ticked it. Sorry.
That's alright. As long as you tick the 1 action or the 10-minute one. Alright, so after, like, during you moving the bodies, Tane and people helping, Everest, you get the alert that the ship is about to exit arc space in about 60 seconds. I'm assuming you head back up to the bridge.
Yeah, he like does an awkward old man sprint, falls over, and gets up and arrives at the bridge.
Alright, so as you arrive at the bridge, you see that usual kind of tunnel of green and blue that is an arc space. In the distance, though, you do see the black hole of the end approaching until it like envelops the bridge, and you exit arc space with like a thud and a bang. As you do, you're disconnected from the ring, and you float off, and immediately the bridge is filled with a vision of a blue planet, just covering the entire bridge, like as if this arc gate was in orbit of a planet. Immediately, you have to manually take over the ship, move it before you just plummet down onto a massive planet in front of you.
While we're there, I'll space the things so they can burn up in the atmosphere. Good disposal.
Yep, you hear this, and then that's it, the hiss, and through the window you just see these bodies like float off. Immediately, Everest. Well, I say immediately. It does take you a moment of gawping to go, hang on. This isn't where you should be. Not at all. You head into Greenholm.
And this is blue and not green.
It's not that. It's that you should be in an arc gate far out into the system. Suddenly you see a planet in front of you, blue. Ah.
This is your pilot speaking. I have no idea where I am.
Probably the cockpit. Maybe lay off the drink for a while.
Well, let me rephrase that. I have no idea where I am, me being the collective of all of us and the ship.
Concerning. Maybe our navigator to bridge?
Yeah, sure.
Probably
You're right there.
Head there, wondering what's going on.
Okay, so you will head up to the bridge, and though Everest has managed to pilot away from the bridge, you do see a very large terrestrial planet frozen over in a blue kind of haze.
Yeah, if you could just help me figure out where we are.
I mean, don't we have star maps and things for this?
Yeah, but he's the navigator, isn't he?
Yeah, but you can attempt to like.
Yeah, I mean, Everest is also skilled in navigating. I just wanted to give our navigator some navigating.
I'm more the kind of, like, I'm not actually skilled in navigation.
In space.
When no, it's not.
It's a planet boy.
One, I'm a planet boy, and two, I'm good at getting us out of situations where we're lost. But if we're just navigating according to maps, that's not my thing.
Okay, well, then I am navigating according to map. It's an int roll, yeah? What level?
Mm-hmm. Well, roll.
Okay, just roll. I ease it by 1.
Alright, so
That's
we'll add 3 to it, yeah?
4.
So, immediately you load up like the star maps, you begin searching. You should be in Greenholm. There is no map for this star system. Doesn't recognise it. However,
Okay.
as you do this, your ship has automatically sent out short-range sensors, and it detects a ship. It says something like 3,500 kilometers away.
Okay, I have good news and bad news. We're in buttfuck nowhere. That's the bad news. The good news is someone else is in buttfuck nowhere too.
Do we know if
Are
that's
we
good news?
confident? That's yeah.
Well, probably not, but arguably, if it's bad news, then we don't have to worry about getting back, which is good news.
Is it? Really?
Depends how you feel about the sweet release of death. Should I navigate to the ship?
No.
Should I hail them?
Perhaps. Yeah, let's have a conversation on that before we do anything.
Does anyone who's
Otherwise,
more
we can just go
skilled-
down planet side. That seems like a safer option, perhaps.
Well, but then we'd leave the ship in orbit with the other ship.
I want to point out, none of you've asked. There's no star. I just want to point out.
There's no sun here. There's just a
No,
big
there's
ball of
no
blue.
star. You're in orbit around a wandering planet. Quickly
How do we
realise.
see the planet?
Huh?
How do we know it's blue?
Yeah, how do we know? There's no light if there's no star, Liam.
There's light all over the galaxy.
Yeah, because of stars!
Yeah, like as in there are stars, but there is no star in this system.
Okay, so it's a pretty dark water planet then.
Yeah, it's like kind of got like it does have a weird hazy blueness to it though.
Maybe it has backlighting, you know? It's like back panel lighting.
Does the ship sensors, are they able to give us any kind of indication on composition of the planet?
Definitely comes back frozen surface. It doesn't say much other than that it's a terrestrial planet, it's got frozen surface, and it does detect not civilization, buildings.
I'm not stepping on a planet that's frozen over. Hate ice.
Captain?
Well, the ship may be our best bet, whether it's friendly or not. We're bound to find out something.
Okay, should I hail them? Do you want to speak to them?
Maybe best to get Celeste to do it. Would be... Actually... Yes, it's probably best.
Meanwhile, Liam, I would like to use my knowledge of geology to find out what kind of weird planet this is.
Okay.
But me, I know stuff about rocks.
Okay.
The sexiest of sciences.
So like in orbit around this planet, you've got an arc gate up here. You've got another ship that you can see. Other than that, there's a few. The ship detects small rocks, the usual rubble surrounding the ship. No satellites, nothing like that. With a 2, however, you have no idea what kind of weird planet this is.
Of course I don't. Well, Celeste?
Yes?
Are you gonna heal them, or that was the plan, right? Look at it.
Oh, sure. Whenever you're ready, Everest.
Everest attempts to hail.
Right, you hail the ship. Nothing.
Oh dear.
Does the ship seem active?
What, the other ship? You can't see it. You're going to get closer and closer.
Well, I mean, from sensors, do we know, right? Like, is it just a signature, or is it moving? Do we have like a vector on where it's heading?
It's in orbit. It's in like a stable orbit around the planet. But it does eventually crest kind of like the horizon, and you do see kind of like the blinking lights down its hull.
Okay, so it's
dear.
not space debris orbiting. Well,
No, it looks like it's a. It does look like a ramshackle ship though, look old.
Well, we're used to that.
No, even older than the Rust Monster.
Impossible.
Could you try that again, please?
Maybe try a different frequency. Do you know what they used back in the days of whatever that tech was?
Morse code.
Carrier pigeon.
Everest tries like a few different frequencies.
Yeah, you get nothing back.
Or I'm out of ideas. I could try, just sending rock music on different frequencies to them to, signify we're cool.
I don't think that will work. Maybe let's take us in closer for a look.
Oh dear.
Okay. We go again.
So the closer and closer you get, you realise the ship isn't very long. And you realise the reason it's not very large is because it's split in half. It looks like the rear end of the ship has survived. Part of a walkway protrudes out of what is a big sealed door that leads to the ship's bridge. But it looks like the bridge would have led to another, maybe below or anything like that. But that's just... It looks like a gangway just kind of floating there. Everest, you can like lock onto its speed and match it to follow it around the planet as it all. And you can study it from here. Definitely has like, from where you look, it's got on one side thrusters not working. You don't see any light or any sign of power, other than the emergency lights along the hull. Very weird looking ship to you. Nothing you've ever seen.
Where's our imagery, Liam? Where's our token?
Token? I've got a fucking map, but I'm not showing you the map until you do something with it.
Well, if he has a map, he wants us to go on the ship, guys.
Well, you don't have to.
We just found technology that allows us to phase through the hull of a ship, didn't we?
You guys ever heard that really old fairy story where the engineer gets trapped on a ship and all his crew are dead and he gets chased by abyssal horrors?
No, we already did that with the space station. I don't think Liam was going to do that twice.
I guess we start suiting up.
There are many, many sequels to that fairy story, but yes, okay.
Perhaps it would be best for someone to remain here.
Everest won't stay here, just in case.
Oh yeah, I'm absolutely fucked. If you need me, I'll get into my old van and fly over.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get all of my weapons.
I'm going to I'll dock, you know? I'll try to dock where I think something could be. That's an airlock.
Yeah, okay, so what you've got is, you know that bridge that hangs out, like that walkway that hangs out, that actually, weirdly, has two sets of doors that used to be airlocks. So you could precariously attach to that. If they've got respirators and stuff, you could go through and walk in that way. But there is another airlock, but you see there's already a shuttle attached to it.
Oh,
What kind of shuttle?
Shuttle. And make intelligence checks, actually, all of you. This is like a perception awareness thing from the bridge as you're going underneath.
Sure thing.
Oh, shit. Celeste, there are hundreds of other little shuttles like trailing behind the ship.
What now?
Like the same sort of shuttle that's currently attached to the base of this airlock. So like underneath the hull, there's like an airlock that goes in.
Mm-hmm.
These shuttles aren't like yours. They're like rounded, and you come through like a ladder at the top.
Mm-hmm.
And you realise there's like hundreds of more of these little shuttles with their doors. They're like their valves open to space, trailing behind the ship.
That is rather unusual.
So, just to get this straight, they are open, meaning that they're not closed off, so anyone inside would have been exposed to space.
Mm-hmm.
They seem to be following the path, even though they have no way of having inertia of themselves, right? So they just happen to be in this orbit, which I guess is we're at a pretty high orbit in that case, otherwise they would have fallen to the planet long ago. And they're all empty?
Yeah, with a 19, you get glance of one that spins around, and inside.
Oh yeah, that wasn't me. I had an 8, so.
Yeah, well, Celeste, you see that there's nothing inside them.
It's pretty clear.
That's
We could
very strange.
Shuttle out ourselves and, break that shuttle loose so we can dock there.
I think there was multiple hatches, if I believe.
Yeah, so remember the loose kind of gangway? That's one way of docking. Bit precarious. And other than that one you can see currently that already has a shuttle in it. The only other way in.
Well, we decided I would stay on comms, so it's really up to you guys if you want to use the shitty walkway or the premium walkway.
Well, if I'm in an EVA suit, I don't think I mind.
Okay. So can we get a pilot check from?
Yeah, Everest
From Everest.
docks on the shitty walkway.
Okay, yeah.
What difficulty is this?
4.
So I can reduce it to 3. I will edge. So that's 2. Okay,
Alright.
I didn't need to edge.
So it's precarious, but you manage to dock, and then the door opens, allowing our players to see. What?
Map name.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a pun, obviously. So as you walk onto this like ruined gangway, on the opposite end there is a large door that it's got a panel on the right side on the wall as you approach, like over here. But beyond that, there is like a round hole in the door, so you can see into what looks like an old ruined bridge. I'm assuming, before we continue, I'm assuming all of your tokens can see, yeah?
Yes. Seems
I will
to be.
give Everest vision so that you can watch.
Doug.
Yeah, so inside you see a large iron sort of seat with a skull, a skeleton in the seat. Cobwebs, dust motes float inside. You can see a light from a screen, a hollow screen, and a few other screens give off kind of a pale green light.
Well, whatever happened here, it happened a long time ago.
Mm-hmm. Well, shall we?
Start moving up. I'll go cautiously, sneakily.
Yep, okay. You can make a stealth check. Yeah, so you see this. Fucking no one's seeing you.
I am the ghost.
Yeah, so you walk in and you look around, and this large... The bridge is like a dome, and as you look up, you can see it's like... Once upon a time, the bridge above you would have been transparent, so you could see out into the void. Over long centuries, dust and dirt has caked that dome. Like, from outside, it even looked like just kind of like steel almost, where it was grey and not very reflective. And as you walk in, you see the screens are activated. On the screen in the northern part of the wall, Celeste, up here, you see like a date, almost like a countdown.
When I say almost like a countdown, I'm going to need you to be a lot more specific.
It's hard to understand because it's in a different language. So you understand it to be sort of like a countdown, but you can't be sure. Like,
I'll rephrase. How fast is it counting down?
the right fast number, like too fast for you to count.
And remaining numbers?
Slower. The intervals don't make sense to you.
I don't need to start running then. This is what I'm getting.
No,
at.
it's not a bomb. But you're sitting there going 1.
I don't know that.
2. Yeah, you go 1, 2. It's not counting down in seconds. That's what you're.
Okay. Yeah, I'll start moving towards the back and just getting a look around, seeing if there's anything else that I see.
Like,
Is this door just wide open, yeah?
yeah, because Celeste has opened it.
Yeah, I'm just waiting since Les was being stealthy. I didn't want to go in
Yeah.
and ruin it.
I thought that, but she's
Yeah.
in now, so...
In the western part of the room is another airlock that leads further into the ship. You notice that it's got kind of like a red outline.
There's nothing else that I immediately see in here
Yeah.
after having a quick look around.
This screen here is blank. It's just a kind of like dull yellow glow. As you get
I'll wait
closer,
for the others to come
Yeah.
forward then.
the seat to this desk here has been moved into one far corner. But as you go to move, it's like it's got one of those old sort of wheeled. You're used to like seats probably floating being able to move in free space. This thing kind of almost feels so heavy, it's unmovable. In the south of the room, you see apparatus that would have been used to lift heavy equipment, covered in cobwebs, and a couple of dead screens showing no information.
Oh,
There
hello.
appears to be a countdown over here, Captain, but I can't work out what it seems to be for, or what the numerals even are.
Oh, can I have a look?
Yeah, you can take a look.
Any thoughts on the characters or the numerals?
Well, you can, if you've got, you can make an intelligence check, difficulty 6. If you've got anything that will help that you think, let me know.
Not particularly in terms of I'm learning is good, but apart from that, yeah, I'll make an intellect check then. Difficulty 6.
Okay. Afraid not, sir.
No idea. They don't even look even vaguely familiar.
I couldn't make much out, sorry. I'll take a look at the next room if you want to look at that for a while.
Observe this skeleton.
Yeah, the skeleton's wearing some sort of uniform with the same symbol you saw on the hilt of the swords belonging to those marines, like a skeleton with tentacles coming out the eyes.
Sorry, go on.
Sorry, he's missing one leg. That might be, like, you know.
Oh, he's played in an Arna D&D game, has he?
I may have something here. Does this look familiar?
What have you got?
Point at the sigil on his arm. I swear I've seen that recently.
I'm assuming after hearing that it's the symbol we saw earlier.
Yeah, it's definitely the same.
It appears to be the same as the one on the dead marines from before.
Some kind of link, maybe.
Still don't recognize its origins, though. The door further in, it seems to be locked.
I can take a look.
Please.
Everest, you're sitting back, relaxing, when
Inexplicably, Everest has a bag of chicken wings.
it's leftovers from the
Inexplicable.
bucket that you chucked over the head of the marine. A warning indicator comes up on the.
Oh, check it.
You look at it, and it detects a wave of radiation coming from the planet. Brief, almost like a flash.
Okay, and it's already shot over us, or
It detected your ship detected it in advance. It's going to hit relatively soon.
how bad is a wave of radiation?
It does. The ship does give you an indicator of medium, as in.
Not as good as a wave of pussy.
Okay, let me rephrase that. Does Everest know that this would be something we should avoid, or something that we can take like 1 or 2?
It does. Your ship detects it as arc radiation, as in the same sort of stuff that comes from arc gates and arc drives. So, the severity just depends. Your ship is well built to resist arc radiation because you travel through arc space anyway. It's your allies on the ship that you're not sure about because of you look at the ship and everyone inside is looking at the faux wooden paneling and you're like, is it built to resist? That sort of.
This is your pilot speaking. How good do your bodies deal with radiation?
You would know.
Generally not great.
Well, there's a big old wave coming, and I don't know if the ship you're on can block it.
Celeste, at that point you look across the room and that countdown, frozen, and it's flashing.
Yeah, I think we should come back. Our motions.
How do you-
We should skedaddle.
How much time do we got?
Yeah, how much time do they have?
About 30 seconds.
Oh yeah, fucking leg it.
Running.
Yeah, okay, so you guys run. Can I have speed checks from you all? If you've got any, like, acrobatics, agility, anything like that, you can...
I am trained in acrobatics.
Wait, yeah, you can lower it. It's
and-
difficulty 3, so you can lower it to 2.
I have. I'm training initiative.
Oh my god, what the hell? I'm making up for the first session.
Doesn't
I
matter at
have
all.
No, I
an
was gonna
inability,
give
in both
initiative to you,
initiative.
but yeah. Well, you have an inability.
not in speed, to be fair. I have an inability in both initiative and danger and perception, so I don't know if that has anything.
Yeah, okay. It does affect. Yeah, go. Roll if you can.
Whoever was closest, can I use my minor or my major effects to assist them? In
You may,
getting
yeah.
going and pulling them to the door.
I mean, I was still here when it
Yep.
didn't push.
So Everest is close to the door. I'll grab him on my way through. Like we got
No,
to
I'm
move.
No, Everest isn't there, by the way.
Sorry, not Everest.
Tane.
So,
So,
alright.
yeah, Alia, as you see Celeste and Tane running for the airlock, they burst through. You are slow to react, and for a brief moment, I'm going to roll for severity. Give me a second. Yeah, okay. So it's a medium arc storm. It passes over the rust monster fine, like as in like a wave of static shocks, like bright sparks, blue sparks. But when it hits this ship, you'll hear a loud thud as you detect and see that on the other airlock, the shuttle disconnects and then begins floating away. Alia, you are struck with a sort of almost like lightning bolt shock that makes you fall to one knee. You take 1 damage through your pulls. So 1 might, 1 intellect, 1 speed.
Ow. Taken.
The rest of you are safe.
Are you okay, Captain?
Let me the fuck in. It wasn't too bad, actually. It felt like a nasty jolt.
Are we picking anything up, Everest? Any more coming?
Yeah, I do like a scan.
No. Long range scan. Another shuttle. But this time, active. You detect it coming from the surface.
We are getting
I start heading
visitors,
further
guys.
into the ship.
Okay.
Back up to ops.
Yeah, so you guys head back into the ship.
Everest hails the shuttle.
Nothing. You do detect 4 life forms on the shuttle.
Okay, so, yeah, no, this is all bad news. People are coming, and they don't want to speak to us.
Yeah, and you're beginning to realise the glow from the planet, that blue glow, if it's inundated with arc radiation on the surface, that could be what's causing that kind of hazy blue glow on the surface.
Ah.
How do you drag tokens onto maps? They don't seem to work in this.
Yeah, it's because I don't think I've given you guys permission to do it. I can do, but it would mean restarting Foundry.
Chuck me on the rust monster.
We have guns, right?
We have guns. I don't know if a ship does, though.
That's what you meant. Yeah.
But we could, like,
Yes.
crack a window and, like, point them out.
Okay, that is not how any of this works.
Like a
Does
drive-by.
Does the Rust Monster have guns, Liam?
No.
No, we're unarmored. Or unarmed, rather.
That's, I suggest at some point we invest money into arming the Rust Monster with, like, a gun.
Expensive.
The problem isn't buying a gun, the problem is making it fit the hull so it doesn't rip a hole in the hull and you fire it.
Maybe yeah, just crack open a window and shoot at something. It's so good. Alright, so you watch this shuttle arrive at the hull at the base of the ship. You all feel the shudder as it connects.
So did they connect with our... They didn't connect with the airlock, right? They just connected randomly again?
Yeah, they connected with the like the base to the whole of the other ship, where because that shuttle disconnected during the arc storm, and then some other shuttle seems to have come from the surface and connected to this ship.
The hell is going on here?
Well, I said we go greet them, guns cocked.
Can't say I like the sound of it, but if you'd like to be at the front, then be my guest.
Oh, I thought I was on comms. That was more of a general suggestion.
We outrun them.
They've docked.
Oh, they docked.
Well, I'll start
Gun
on
to
holstering my
ears.
gun.
Yeah, Everest gets out the shotgun.
Okay. And you're going onto this ship. Staying on yours.
I guess we're going to the airlock, right? That's where they're docked?
Yeah, like the airlock is quite far away from this sort of area that you're docked in.
Oh, so they're docked at a completely different...
There is,
part of-
like I say, underneath the ship is another airlock. The reason you didn't go to that one is because there was already a shuttle on it when you arrived. Then that disconnected and another one added in its place from the
Oh,
surface.
so we could literally just run if we wanted to.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's back on the table.
Yeah, but we came here to find out what's going on, right? So let's go.
Well, we came here because, I don't know, I fucked up navigating arc space. But yeah, let's
Yeah, I mean, after that, once that's been established, we then said no to the planet, we yes to the ship. So are we going to the ship, or what are we doing? Come on.
Adrian, Everest knows that you can't fuck up navigating arc space. An arc gate goes to an arc gate. That's
Yeah,
what it should do.
Should do.
it should do.
And yet
Do we
you
need
still
someone
fucked
on-
it up.
Do we need someone on comms? Because there is like deadly radiation coming one.
Get
Right?
a gun.
No,
So
I'm
I
quite
have
happy
some
to-
thoughts on this. Sorry if I may just... The
Go ahead.
Rust Monster is quite good at handling this, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's a modern day ship. It's built
Yeah.
to
So the way that generally works is that particles will then not penetrate the Rust Monster, yeah?
We want me to position it so it blocks.
Yeah, so we're docked, right? This thing's got no thrust at the moment. We do. So how about we turn the ship so that the Rust Monster's between the ship and the planet in case another surge comes. Ship shielded and we can stay there. We don't have to run backwards and forwards.
Okay. That sounds like
Just
a
to
complicated
interject
piloting
slightly.
maneuver.
There is the issue of the gantry that we're attached to being structurally unsound. I don't know if it would, survive the turning forces.
I mean, we don't have to go quickly, right?
No, you
True.
don't even have to use your like engines, your thrust. You could use like the outside. I can't remember what they're called. Like the pressure cannon type things that can.
Yeah, just like an impulse thing, right?
Yeah,
And we
yeah,
just
I can't remember what they're fucking called.
Okay, anyway, I try to position ourselves that way.
Yeah, make a
One
pilot
piloting.
check, difficulty 2. Okay, yeah, it takes a while. You guys are watching, and Everest is like, moving slightly, then stabilizing, and then, so you block most of the ship. So your ship does block a good portion of this ship, but you realize that like the southern end of that ship will still be affected.
You know when you move like a picture in PowerPoint and you just go. So that's exactly where you need it to be. That's what Everest was doing.
Okay, yeah.
Going back to the aforementioned comms, I would be quite happy to stay on board. I think we've established combat is not really my speciality.
Yeah, alright. Alia, are you coming?
I mean, just feel a little grim still.
Well, I mean, you stay at the back. You shoot pretty well, so I'll go in the front. That sound alright?
Sure.
Alright then, let's go.
Alright, yeah. So you go back to the airlock and enter the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this place looks like ass. I'm really lucky I wasn't here before then.
If possible, I'll set up some monitoring for this wave then.
Yeah, alright. So the ship does have something called a long distance scan. It takes a lot longer. Like, we're talking 12 hours, where it does a detailed scan of the local system and anything in it. You want to
I'm
start
talking
that.
about the radiation waves. I mean, if it can be done independently of other stuff, then yes,
Yeah,
I'll
it can.
do that.
Yeah, okay.
I assume we probably would start that as soon as we know we're fucked in space.
Alright, yeah, and you can, from where you are, you do get a clear vision of from the bridge down to the planet. You can see, you can see it from where you are. Anything you're just trying to basically look out for more radiation, yeah?
Yeah, I'm just setting the ship up to alert me if another wave is detected, so I can tell the crew.
Of course.
And if possible, we'll try and keep a scan on the ship, because we detected life forms, so if we can do that, I'm assuming we can maybe not pinpoint them, but at least give an idea of roughly where they are in the ship, so I can relay that over to the crew.
Right. Yeah, so Tane and Everest and Alia, you enter the bridge. It's as I explained before. You got this yellow screen with nothing on it. You got this countdown that doesn't make sense. Part of the bridge. Some heavy operating equipment.
No,
Is
I
it back
found
to
ships.
counting down?
It's like I said, it's a weird countdown. You don't understand the numerals of it.
I've been on ships. Does the equipment look like any ship type I could place? Like, is this a mining ship if you say heavy equipment?
You can't place it.
Alright, well,
Okay, we'll breach it on 2.
well, it seems locked.
Yeah, it's got like a red line around it, like a red light. That's a good indication that it's locked.
I thought maybe red in this ship's language meant something different.
I'll go and have a look at the pilot's chair.
Yeah, there's a I wouldn't say skeleton, like it is a skeleton, right? But it's kind of like got like gaunt grey flesh still stuck to parts of it. It's missing a leg.
Mm-hmm. And the chair, any interfaces to interact with, or
See, waiting for that. As you move him, in the back of his nape, then the nape of his neck seems to be something like a needle or something in there. And as you pull it out, it's also like attached to the back of the chair, and you can pull it like there's cable in it. It goes for about 2-3 meters, and you hold it and you look down, and you look at the back of his neck, and you see he's got like some sort of a biometric like implant in the back of his neck.
yeah, Everest, come here a second.
Yeah.
I'll just look at him, see if I see anything like it.
You don't.
I think this needs to go in you somehow.
Everest, do you
What
like
is
sound?
happening?
Let me
there.
take a step back here. And he takes a step back and holds up his gun. Please repeat that.
I think this needs to go in you somehow. That's how you interface with the ship by the looks of it. Look, I know you're into this sort of thing anyway, but that's not what we're getting at right now. So
Everest unzips.
Like some good old sounding. What the fuck?
Okay, but Does it look like, a back thing, or...
Yeah, it looks like it went into a biometric kind of like implant on the back of this guy. The back of the
I don't have a biometric implant.
Alright, so could you, like, use his? Somehow? I mean, I don't know what it attaches to.
Well, I pull it out and check what it attached to.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
like
so
you have to
So
give
his
it.
implant. Just want to check what that's like. Like, is
Yeah,
that
it's like
something which is
Connected to his
chip?
spinal column, and you pull it out, and it's got like a 2-inch sort of mechanical sort of needle, and it's got like circuitry all down it. You see like sensors, parts of it a bit melded with the guy's nervous system at one point, and it looks pretty grim.
Okay, so you just want me to randomly jam this thing into my spinal column.
That's not what I said.
Okay, what did you say?
I said to interface with the ship, this thing needs to connect to you somehow.
Okay, so you don't want me to use this thing to connect it to me. You want it to connect it.
Neither in favor nor in disagreement. If you
Okay.
think that's how it works, you figure it out. But unless you can open the door, in which case we can look at something else.
If only we had someone with knowledge of advanced engineering.
Yeah.
He's back looking at the door.
So Ollie, you've approached the
Happily take a look.
Alright. You could make an engineering check, difficulty 4. And you've got an asset, I believe?
I think I might.
So they can
What if
drop
I jammed it into my, leg? I could do that. I'd be okay with jamming it into my leg.
And you crazy.
Jamming what into your leg?
Oh, this weird spinal column interface.
Oh,
Alright, so the door, very obviously figured out it's not manually opened. There must be some sort of computer interface that opens it.
oh. Hang on. Put your head
I think
back.
you're looking for this.
Hand that thing to me.
What you planning on doing with it?
Not 100% sure yet, but can she have a look at the biometric and try and work out from there?
You may. Do you have it? I'm looking at your skills for you. Alright, so difficulty 6, intellect.
Jesus. Can I spend some juice on that?
Yes. How much? Do you have any edge in intellect? No. So you can spend 3 points of intellect to reduce it to difficulty 5.
Even then, I doubt this is going to work. I'm trained. Does that do anything?
In what?
Don't worry.
Nope.
Engineering.
Ah!
Engineering won't help with this, I'm afraid. Not with this like biometric patch. So as no, it's Arctech. So as you begin maneuvering with it, you realise it's like a primordial interface, very similar to some of the implants that you can put into your guns. But it's like trying to fit, obviously, like a HDMI cable in a USB slot. It's
You can't
it's
even fit a USB in a USB slot.
It's
without
very
turning
true,
it 3
but
times.
it's a deliverer of information, and it would require. You could probably do it, but with the right equipment and skills, you could connect this to like your ship's computer system, or you could connect it to your gun. It could connect to someone's living system if you were that way inclined, like if you knew surgery.
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, I could go for another bit.
So, there are 3 options. Each one of them probably more difficult than the last.
Yeah, how much
Oh,
work do you reckon it would
Pick one.
take to install?
Honestly, I don't know. And I haven't really been on form recently. It's possible, but I need some time.
Well, how much time would I be under for?
Oh, no. No, look, that's very noble and all. but I'm really, really not very good with cutting up human machinery. But there's equal possibility that we could use the Rust Monsters interface. It would just take some tweaking and a big bag of tools.
I mean, sure, but it sounds like kind of a neat thing to have, right?
Yes, but without someone here who knows what they're doing, we're just as likely to kill you as we are to augment you.
Alright, well, here's a little thing I'll let you in on. Human bodies and machines are not that different. Right? Like, my arms, and I showed the mechanic arm, which is just fully mechanic, basically the one. It's just a matter of electronics, right? Like, the nerve system's just delicate wiring. So it's not that much different.
I mean, you're very, very true. But imagine someone coming near, let's say, one of your personal devices without any knowledge of engineering and taking a large scalpel to it. It's enough to make anyone feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, I mean, I get that, but couldn't you, like, try and integrate it into my arm or something?
Oh. You know, I don't know. Let's have a look.
It's a good workaround. Yeah.
Attaching the mechanics rather than to, you know.
Ollie,
I was looking at the arm.
If it may help you, Captain, the machine we found earlier could make a potential duplicate of the interface in his neck, which you could maybe then build into Ten's arm.
Depends if there's any neural interfacing in his arm, which I would expect there to be. Some of the older models use nerve endings in the shoulder and the like. I just have to take a look.
alright, so Tane is helping you here, Alia. Make another engineering check. Go with difficulty 4. Oh, nice. So, you could, within the next couple of minutes, jimmy something together. It'll be temporary, it won't be permanent.
Well, I could, I guess, go in this way. We'd have to do some patching up again afterwards, and it definitely wouldn't last forever. But it looks like everything here is possible.
Yeah, alright.
Yeah, so Ollie, I'm assuming you take the biometric kind of implant, you place it up in his upper bicep, like and connect it to some of the, basically just, it's his nerve endings, but they're wiring, right? So it works perfectly, and immediately you just kind of like strip the ends, and then like wrap the wires around the diodes on this implant, and eventually you feel it. Tane, it's not strong, it's not like an electroshock or anything, but it is definitely a spark of something, an acknowledgement that it's been connected. You feel it in your upper arm. It hangs loose, but
do the usual thing, like flex my fingers and stuff
Yeah.
to see if everything still behaves like normal, and if the electric pulses are doing anything to the ship.
no, it's not doing anything to the ship. You haven't Are you connecting the
Yeah.
bridge chair? All right.
Like
so
the moment it's done, I'm plugging it in.
yeah, you plug it in, and immediately the yellow screen behind you. Yeah, dun dun dun, like a Windows start theme. Welcome, Captain, to the Leviathan Sleeps. How was your day?
Alright, I guess.
That's good. We have a lot on the agenda.
Do we?
And then it begins to dump about 50 centuries worth of information onto the screen.
Aha! Well, could
Just
you
tons of it.
maybe give me the executive summary?
Summary. And even that is like 8,000 pages long. It just keeps going up and down and up and down and up and down. And eventually she's dumped the archive of the data and she says, we have received 1,624 pilgrims from the planet's surface. Good job, Captain. We should go home. The Empress will be waiting.
We should go home, but before we do that, I seem to have like lost track of things a little bit. Where would we be heading to exactly?
Home.
Yeah, no, I understand, but look, I've just had a really tough night. Like, the day's been good, as I said, but The night's been really tough. So could you just remind me what
On the
coordinates were?
screen, you see a familiar system appear. That huge Dyson sphere that you've seen before. It's Terra Prima. But she goes, Earth.
Right. Just scroll back a little bit. I just want to like scroll back to like the beginning of what the logs were.
Alright,
Just
so
to
it takes-
see what happened.
Yeah, you scroll all the way to the top, and eventually you come across this ship, the Leviathan Sleeps, coming to this planet. You open up a map, and you see it once had a star. You have no idea. There is no detailed information on what happened here.
Mhm.
The planet, the planet, it's just got a designation. It's like ARK, and it's got like a hashtag, and then it's got like a bunch of digits. And underneath, it's got information on the planet being a host for arc energy. Looks like once upon a time it stored power plants and stuff like that. And it says that the people working there were put into cryostasis. And in capital letters, Pilgrim come up. That's the code for what they are. And it looks like it's been over the last 50 centuries, just slowly evacuating people from the planet whenever the ship manages to rotate above the plant that they're at. Slowly collecting people. You don't see anyone around you, though.
Status reports. Out of these pilgrims that we collected, how many are currently on board?
4.
I see.
My sensors are damaged, Captain. Detection
Anything-
along the ship is damaged.
Yes.
I have no access to the medbay, the airlock, the sleeping quarters, the greenery.
Ask it what rooms it has access to, because that sounds like a lot of rooms.
We'll address that soon. Do you have any information, mission report on when pilgrims left from here to their destinations?
You see like a image of the system like rewinding. What was your question again? Sorry, Anna. It was.
What happened to the pilgrims, basically? Like, because obviously the ship's not big enough to hold 1,600 people, right?
She explains multiple trips through arc space.
When was
So
the last
far-
our space trip?
5,221 years.
Very good. Right. Well, status report on the other rooms that you do have access to, please.
I have access to the bridge.
Very good. The door behind us seems locked. Could you open it, please?
Of course. Ding! And the door opens. Well, opens, but the light turns green, so that if you walk near it, you can...
Alia, do you want to go and have a look?
Sure, thank you. Looks like another... Well, another 3. I'll try this one on the left.
Well, I'll
Yeah.
take Everest with you, then I'll stay here.
Yeah, so Ollie, you walk down this corridor, and the corridor's a bit damaged. You notice there are like scrapes and scratches and like dings and holes in the wall here. There's a door to your north and south. To open them, obviously, you just walk near them.
Give this one an open.
So you see some sort of like, you know, like a room, a meeting room of sorts. As you walk in the far left side of the room, you see like a refrigerator, an old style refrigerator humming away. Above you, a fluorescent light hums away, and an open drawer of like a file drawer lays broken in it. the bottom left.
Oh. Some logs. I'll just have a quick rifle through.
Yeah, they're kind of like tattered and unreadable.
Nothing. Check the fridge, but with trepidation.
Yeah. As you open the fridge, there are tons of jars filled with liquid. And in the liquid, some sort of meat.
Okay. I'm not saying it could be still eatable.
All yours.
What, are you not curious a little bit about 5,000-year-old jar made?
I honestly don't want that anywhere near my mouth.
Eris takes like a glass and jiggles it a bit.
And as it does, a human eye looks up at you through the murk and then floats back into the murk.
I am no longer curious about 5,000-year-old jar made. He places it back and he closes the fridge.
Oh, let's try this one.
Alright, so you see a sort of infirmary, Ollie and Everest. And as you walk into the room, in the far right side, you see something that disturbs you slightly. A mass of webbing that is almost like pale dead flesh coloured. Like in the corner, and it just runs up the wall. And in that wall, you see a skull with some flesh hanging to it, just trapped amongst the flesh.
You remember that old fairy tale I alluded to earlier?
However,
One where you are alone and get eaten by aliens?
However, as you stare at it, like, you see legs come out from under the skull, out of its nose, out of his eyes, and then it turns to look at you with pale yellow eyes. Can I have you both roll initiative?
Oh no, it's a head
Yeah.
crab.
Initiative. Rolling.
You didn't click your token. Oh, I got it.
Oh, it says earlier on mine. There was definitely I double clicked my token to get the character sheet up.
Yeah, I
in the
don't know.
first
Whenever you do it, it just doesn't roll.
place.
Alright, I got it.
I
Yeah. Head grab.
spider.
Everest, your turn.
I shotgun the spider.
Okay.
The moment I hear that, I will I can disconnect the thing. I assume just with a plug, right?
Yep.
Like the interface
with
still
a
hanging
plug.
off, but
Wired in.
yeah, but
Oh,
it's
yeah,
like
that
a
makes
plug,
sense,
right? Like
yeah.
it's,
Yeah, it's just
yeah.
like a plug. You can just rip it out.
yeah. So the socket will be still connected to me, just hanging off my arm.
Mhm.
I get that, but at least I can move. So the moment I hear that, I would like to join.
Yeah, if you roll initiative just now, and we'll say that you can move after the first round.
Yep, that sounds good.
You have an advancement, don't you?
Yep.
So I'll give you you roll. Yeah, see, it's not adding to the initiative.
Yeah, I do have my token selected, but don't know why.
Oh, you have to right click and toggle combat state. Your token, sorry.
Let me roll again, see if that works.
It's alright, don't worry. I got it. So what did you roll? A 15, so you rolled an 18.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Everest, your shotgun blast hits the thing. How much damage does it do?
4.
Alright. This thing seems to have like a good resistance to the bullets as it strikes it.
Okay, so how big is this giant skull spider? Is it
It's the size of a skull. Just because the token's big, it doesn't mean it's that big.
Okay, because that would be like a worrying size for a skull spider to be, right?
Mhm.
Like, okay, fair. Every size is a worrying size for a skull spider to be.
Not carving. Yeah.
Alright,
But like, if it was human size, that would be worse.
it's not. It's not the size of a human, but it does look like a human skull. Okay, so Alia, it's your turn.
Back a few feet.
Mm-hmm.
Pull out the investigator. Take aim and see if I can blow it up. Where's my combat? There it is.
That's a hit. How much damage is that?
8.
Yeah, so that blasts it away, right? The moment it hits it, it just blows a hole in it.
Kill count 1.
Is that your turn, Alia? I'm assuming.
Yep.
Alright, Alia.
And just by the very nature of the fact that you said that, makes me think that it's not the end.
So, Alia, you actually managed to, like, nearly step on one as it comes out from under the bed. I'll use its GM intrusion. It leaps at your face. Do you want to accept this? Do you want to accept this or not?
I'll accept it, but I also don't want to be impregnated.
Well, you get one
Well, it's your
experience.
face. So...
And you get to give one experience to someone else. I'd suggest Everest because he's nearby.
Yeah, I'll go into Everest,
Yeah. Alright, so add an experience onto your sheet, both of you. Alright.
Everest has gained the experience of seeing a skull spider leap at someone.
Yeah, so it leaps at you, Alia, grabs your face, and it seems to have a stinger at the bottom, injects you clean in the neck. You're unconscious.
Now.
You shouldn't have accepted it. Okay, the other one uses its action to skitter over Everest. Everest. It leaps at you and goes for an attack. Can you make a speed defense? It's level 2, but attacks as if level 4.
Oh, Jesus. Oh. No, I take damage.
Alright, so as it leaps up and bites onto you, runs up your back, you try to fight it, and it gets on your head and stings you in the back of your neck. You take 3 damage to your intellect pool.
Okay, so I take 1 damage. Because I have armor.
Huh?
Okay. Well, I can tank this for a bit then, until help arrives.
Everest?
I shotgun this one. Oh no, we've decided shotgunning them doesn't do much. I use the phase rifle. Or the pulse rifle.
Ho ho ho! You taking the +3 damage?
Yeah.
That kills it then. Nice shot. Blast it off. You basically aim, you hit it off of your head, and then before it can even hit the ground, you turn and shoot it in midair, and it just flops to the ground. But you turn around to see one of them is basically face fucking Alia. So, Tane.
How dare you go where I haven't gone yet?
Oh my god, what's wrong with you? So Tane, yeah, you can make a 50-foot movement. Or you can make 100-foot if you want to make a speed check.
Oh, I'll just 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. What's the distance there? That's what, 16? That's right, right? I think that's right. Yeah. Well, I can't see it from here, right?
No, you can't.
Everest looks to have things kind of under control, from what I see, or not?
Yeah,
Like,
you
how panicky are you, Everest? How panicky are you?
He's not very panicky yet, because he didn't get skull fucked.
Okay, then I'll just draw my weapon
Mhm.
and stay here.
Okay, so Alia, I need you to make an intellect check, difficulty 2.
Intellect difficulty 2.
Good. It continues to try to mind control you.
Oh.
Oh no.
On its turn, it will attempt to inject its venom into you again. Can you make another intellect check?
Oh.
Yeah, you're fine. Everest.
I plasma rifle the skull spider and I shout to Tane, "There's skull spiders and they got the captain."
Oh shit.
I'm afraid that's a miss.
Well, I got I on my turn.
Taint. Yeah, so you reach into the room and you see what's going on. Alia's passed out on the floor with this thing like attempting to get in at her brain.
I'll just run in, put a foot on Alia's shoulder, and try and rip it out.
You've just moved enough to make it an action.
Can I move here and shoot instead then?
No, you have to have moved only like 2 squares.
Ah, okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Then I'll just run here and I'll just run up to it.
Yeah, you run up to it. Hey, Alia, can you make an intellect check?
Intellect check and
Bearing in mind, if you roll... Oh. If you roll anything like a 19, like a 17, 19, 18, 19, 20, you wake up, but you've rolled a GM intrusion.
Rip.
So it
Hey,
seems
lady.
to... It connects into her ears. Alia stands up as if like zombified, draws her huge gun, and goes to shoot at Everest. No, wait, Tane is closer.
Ah,
So, can Tane make a speed defense check, difficulty 5, please?
Yeah, I am trained in speed defense, and I'll use some effort.
Yeah, you've seen what this gun can do.
Yep, exactly. That's without the effort. But please do add it in.
Yeah, so it was difficulty 4, right? So you've... Oh no, you're trained, so difficulty 4, and then you used effort, so difficulty 3, so you've passed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So Alia aims the fucking massive gun, the investigator, at you, takes a shot, misses, goes wide, ricochets into the other room. The thing sees you're there, but will continue to mind control Alia. Everest, it's your turn.
I position myself a bit better so I can shoot the skull spider.
Still a miss.
I'm missing on purpose because I don't want to hit the captain.
Yeah, it is difficult. That's the only reason it's difficult to hit, because of where it is.
Okay, so I have 2 choices, and I want to know which one seems easier. And I think I know which one it is, but let's ask anyway. I can either try and like pull this thing like out of her ears and then off of her head, and then just like hold it for Everest to shoot, or I can try and take the gun away from her so that she doesn't shoot me in the face with a massive gun.
I'm not saying shit. Just good luck. Grappling it is only level 2 though.
Yeah, so I'll go and grab that.
Yeah, so like a mic check.
Just to be safe, I'll put some effort in again. Good thing I did as well.
Well, did you wait? It's a GM intrusion. So you rolled a natural 1.
Yeah, but I put effort in, right? So, or does it not work?
No, well, you've dropped it to a 1, which is still a 3. A 2.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So you go to grab the thing, and as you grab it, Alia turns round, and the blast of the gun goes off again, and I need Everest to roll a speed check. Difficulty 5.
Obviously, people probably don't want
No.
to, but you can spend XP to
re-roll.
avoid GM intrusions.
Yeah, you
I
can.
mean, I'll have a hard time hitting 5 anyhow, so... Oh,
No.
never mind.
And just as Alia
Look at me
turns
go.
and lets the gun go off again, as Tane is trying to grab the thing off of her head, you manage to duck and roll as it blasts through the kind of fleshy webbing behind Everest. Alia, can you make an intellect check?
yes.
You wake up. The thing. You rip the thing off, throw it to the ground. It's your turn.
I'll fucking try and point blank that bitch.
Yep, there was 17, 18, or 19, or 20. Any of the special rolls break free from it. That's it.
8.
Yep. It's combat over.
She just runs over to this corner and immediately chunders.
Yeah, it's like you just blacked out for a second, and then when you woke up, it like you just sleep.
Well, that's not disturbing at all.
Sleep with a dick in your mouth.
Yeah, I was going to say she's got like a dry, salty taste.
In her ear?
I'm not gonna say
It's
shit.
really unpleasant. I think I blacked out there for a minute. I think some of it got on me.
You got brain fucked by a skull spider. Wick,
She
say
has literally
something
no
only-
response to that.
Just say
I am-
something only you would know, so we know that you're still sane, and you.
Firstly, I saw what you looked at last night, and it was disgusting. Secondly, can we agree never to talk about this? That would probably be for the best.
Look, the sheep gave consent. Sure, let's not talk about it.
It wasn't just sheep.
On the planet Welsh, this is considered normal.
Why do they look so nervous? Anyway, we're getting off this.
Oh, you wanna leave after the skull spider thing?
No, I don't. I need a moment. I just need us to never bring that up. She just wiped some gunk out of the rear roll.
Okay.
Well, we're done, shall we?
Sure.
Alright then.
Alright, so where are you going?
Please, someone else please open the door. I'm a little nervous now.
Yeah.
Oh, delightful.
Yeah, so the moment the door opens, you just see like a medic's room. Everything's sodden in old blood. In the bottom right corner, there's like a pile of limbs in various states of decay.
Yeah, it seems like someone went a little bit too far here.
And in the far northern corner, at first you think there's like a mirror on the wall because there's light shining from behind it. There is a mirror with a light, but someone has stretched and stitched skin over it, and it's like basically covers the entire mirror. It's like someone's back skin.
Yeah, you might want to just turn around.
Maybe it just goes back out. Chambers again.
Yep, I don't think there's anything worth keeping our minds occupied with in here.
Well, we should probably check the room for skull spiders.
Yeah, we should just close the door.
Yeah, there is a corpse, desiccated and old, hanging over like the surgery table, as if they'd like been thrown against it.
You know, maybe their doctors just were a bit clumsy.
Yeah, no. Let's close that door and never open it again.
One moment, those of you who are in that room. So Celeste, for a brief moment, the ship does report back to you. Life forms on the ship has reduced by 2.
Just checking in, guys. I hope you killed 2 people and not 2 of you are dead right now.
Yeah, no, we're good. Not people that we killed necessarily. Skull spider fucking things.
Wait, how is it 2?
what now?
We killed 3 skull spiders.
Oh, that one was dead before you got it. Oh, I thought that one was dead before you got here. Let's double check that. I'll go and make sure that they're actually dead and fire some more shots into them.
Yeah, they're dead.
Maybe whatever else landed on this ship got killed by skull spiders, and that's the 2 dead.
Unless the ship thinks it's talking about something else and not these things.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, so Tane.
Or unless... Well, I don't know about that, so never mind.
So Tane, you remember that the ship did tell you that pilgrims are periodically sent here, and you did see a shuttle arrive here with 4 life forms on. They obviously are being killed right now. I mean, you're smart characters, so I thought I'd point it out.
Yeah,
Okay,
no,
I thought
that's,
the pilgrims might have come here to investigate that we are here, but no, they're just like getting sent to this ship, killed. Oh wow, that's
And it's
yeah, let's go and see where they are. But
it's been a constant supply for some time now.
Yeah.
for 5,000 years. Pilgrims get sent to this stupid ship and immediately killed.
Kane knows
Well,
there's
they're-
like thousands more down there.
they're in cryostasis, though, right? So
hmm
there's not really much we can do to help them if they're like in that state without risking ourselves. So we'll go over and try and find them. Yeah, no, we'll see what we can do, but we're good for now. So let's thanks. Yeah, you might want to take a step back. You weren't feeling too well, you said.
Yeah, so open the door into a control room.
Step inside for a moment just to see what's there.
Yeah, so there are 2 large screens. One details what looks like a vast cryostasis kind of temple. And you can see there's about maybe 500, 600 shuttles left. And they're like lit up and active. There's like thousands more that aren't.
Okay.
In the northern part, there is a screen with full control over it. Currently, it's set to 1 every 3 years.
Oh, right. We'll get to that later, I guess. Yeah, I think we can fix it from there, but for now, let's hurry. I'll move over here.
Okay. Yeah, so this is the airlock that you had previously seen from beneath the ship.
And that's the one that they're currently docked beneath.
Yeah, you can see in front of you the huge ladder that would go down to it. However, you see 2 cryostasis pods in the northern part of the room. To your south, there is 2 empty ones that have been broken open. Glass and bits of mechanical parts are everywhere. And there's blood. There's blood like trail leading this way.
Alright, okay. 3 here, Everest, come on.
I'm sorry, but I am in no rush to going through the murder shuttle.
Alright,
And
so
I'll
yep.
run through.
Attain, as you get down to the bottom here, there's an obvious blood stain right up against the wall, and you see a torso of a human male has been discarded on the ground nearby. Very fresh.
Load the gun. 3, 2, 1.
Alright, stop there. What you see in front of you gives you immediate chills. A huge spider-like creature with a maw that just seems to be filled with 1,000 rows of teeth. Below it, it seems to be biting down into the open innards of a female human whose eyes are blinking, like up at it. And you can hear the squelching, and you can see the spray, arterial spray up the walls. This thing, I don't actually know how to show you it, the artwork, but it.
I'll just shout on comms. Not so good now.
Yeah, let's get that initiative going.
I think that's the last thing Celeste hears before guns start going off.
Oh dear.
Celeste, if I don't make it back, delete my hard drive.
So I think that should be a 9 because it doesn't take my training
Yep,
into account.
yep. 9. Everest?
I already know I have a 19. Oh, you mean it's my turn?
Yes, sir.
I rolled my initiative on the wrong fucking sheet, didn't
I shoot thing with gun. And scream like a little girl.
Alright, so it's level 5, but its speed defense is level 4 because it's so bulky, so you actually hit.
4 damage. And he like backs up against the wall.
Yeah, okay, so the blast hits it, but it's got some sort of carapace. Alia?
Does that still mean it damages it, or just
Yeah, it's
just
damaged it.
bounce
He's
off?
only done 2 damage.
Yeah, okay.
Is it another one of those crab things? Fires.
That's a hit.
8 to the face.
Yep. You blast a hole in it. You've got its attention now. Celeste, that's your turn. So Celeste, doing anything up on the bridge?
I? I'm not on the bridge.
Oh,
I'm on the
okay.
airlock. I don't know if you. I guess you didn't read the message earlier.
Oh.
I'll open the airlock, come on the ship, and shut the airlock and lock it.
Okay.
And then I'll move 10 feet, I assume, because that'll take me my action to make sure that's secured.
Yep. Alright. Its turn. It's been blasted and shot. It turns. And it stares at you all. It's going to GM intrusion you, Everest.
Sorry. I'm absolutely fucked health-wise. So
Sorry?
I'm not, no.
No, you're not accepting it?
No.
Okay, and then... And it just, like, runs straight forward towards Tane. Tane, can you make a speed defense check?
Brace!
It's difficulty 6.
I'll use some effort.
Okay.
And I am trained. So difficulty 4.
Huh?
Well, shit.
It leaps onto you, like its back legs stay on the ground, but its front appendages grab your shoulder, and then it pulls you down, and then bites into your shoulder for 10 damage to your might pool.
8 then, yeah? Does that have armor?
Yep.
That's not nice.
Good thing I didn't take that gem intrusion. This is not a good thing.
Tane.
Yeah, so this thing is biting me, yeah?
Yeah, you're like, ah! You're like, its mouth is like, and as it digs into your like arm, you can feel part of your like mechanical arm, like rending and screeching, where it's like its teeth do this, so it doesn't just like chew like with a jaw, it just moves its teeth up and down, that then rips and shreds the meat.
Nice.
Okay.
I will try and insert the pulse rifle into its mouth
Mm-hmm.
and then fire.
Okay. Difficulty 4 because it's so bulky.
No.
Right, that's a miss.
Mm-hmm.
Your turn, Everest.
It is.
It is chomping down on your friend.
Well, we are acquaintances, really. I zap it. I don't zap it.
Oh no!
Yikes.
Sorry, my rolls are awful. Arda.
I know. It's okay. At least you're consistent.
Why are you my boss?
So, Alia, it is your turn.
I'm going to run back 3 steps. Try and get an angle through this gap. Pain, hold really, really still. I hope I don't roll a 1.
Oh, you're one away from hitting it. Unless you've got a asset in heavy weapons.
I have something
Or
to do with
training.
heavy weapon.
You do. No, you
Yeah,
don't
I'm
have.
prone.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm practice.
Okay, so I'm afraid the shot misses.
Alright.
Alright, so Celeste.
Yeet myself down the corridor. It's possible to. The ship could detect life forms. I'm assuming as it knows our crew, it knows roughly where they are.
It does, yeah.
Cool. Having checked that then, I'll have a good idea of where they are. And yeah, I'll just yeet myself right down the end of the corridor.
Yeah,
That's
so you,
my action to
yeah,
do
that's
that.
your ability, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. What? How does it work again? You just like.
The pseudoscience behind me being an adept in the sci-fi is it's nanobots.
Nice.
Thanks.
Alright.
Everything to do with her abilities, it's all nanobots.
Right, so this thing has Tane by the jaws, but above it, it's kind of like got these trunk-like features with eyes on the top. But Everest, the eyes all blink and turn to look at you. Can you make me a intellect check? All right. Suddenly, your legs begin to shake. The fear of the Eldritch Horror is in you. All tasks are increased by 2 steps. Can Tane a speed defense check?
Yep, I'll use some effort again. And I'm trained, so +2. And I can't roll above a 2 today. Nice.
Welcome to the club.
This is gonna hurt. So another 10 damage.
Oh my god.
I guess
well-
that's your might pool gun.
No, that's my might and my speed pool's gone.
Oh no.
Looks like you're
that's
getting that
bad.
surgery you were after.
Apparently, yeah.
All right, Tane, it's your turn.
Yeah, I guess I'm impaired, yeah?
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah, you're fading.
Yeah. So here's an idea. I have 10 pulse batteries, right?
Okay.
Can I feed it?
That's not exactly how they work. They're not pulse grenades.
No, I know. They're magazines, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they're batteries.
Yeah. Exactly. But I'm trying, just give him these things to munch on rather than me, even if it just takes one turn eating that rather than attacking me, that'd be nice. And if they explode in his mouth, then all the better for it.
How many are you gonna shove in?
I don't know, 6?
Holy shit, okay. Yeah, you shove 6 in. Alright, Rob, just roll a d20, and we'll see, on the scale of how bad this goes. If you rolled a 1,
Two, you're right.
it would have been even better. However, yeah, so they go in, and you do feel them being broken. Energy begins to, beam out in different directions. They're not gonna explode, but, yeah, okay, I see what you're trying to do. Everest?
Everest slaps his mood patch.
Yes! I can't believe it's coming how useful! I would genuinely say the mood patch removes the fear. So yeah. Well done, Adrian. I can't believe a random cipher has actually come in handy.
Everest shouts.
Everyone
"Fuck,
take
let's go.
Everyone take an experience for that. That was good. for a good use of a cipher.
The second you told me the condition, I was like, yes.
So yeah, you've removed the fear. It's your,
I shoot thing with gun.
Okay.
Oh no, I try to zap it again. We have to get it off somehow. Okay, let's go. I take the +1 as well. It's hindered on its next action.
Okay, so how much damage is that?
4. 5 plus the 1.
Okay. Yeah, so you move in, and then there's a moment where it stumbles back, and then it explodes from the inside. You did an extra 6 damage because of the batteries. And then the thing stumbles to the ground. and doesn't move. Celeste, it's your turn.
Yeah, she comes
No.
barreling in like. Oh,
Wait,
okay,
yeah,
so
so
the cover's not over.
Yeah.
Right, okay, fair enough. Right.
It is
Then I'll
Alia's
just-
turn. Sorry, I did forget.
Again.
Yeah, that's a hit. Bang! Pop chunk of it falls off. Now it's Celeste.
Okay, so combat's still. I thought combat was over. Sorry. I'll just move forward 10 feet and seeing Tane up in front of the thing, she'll use a distortion ability on him. So you get an asset to speed defense.
Alright, nice. Right. On its turn, the thing does, like, pulsate. Like, you know, like, as if, like, there's something inside of it. Second. Tane, you see one of those skull creatures come out the top of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then just sit there and it looks at you all. This one's different. The skull is slightly elongated. The features are slightly more aquiline, like bird-like. Basically, it's an elf skull.
All right.
It is your turn, Tane.
Yeah, I just want to kick this thing back into the room. Like, I don't need to hurt it, I just need to move it away from me.
Mm-hmm. You want to push it away.
Yeah, I just want to shove it back, basically.
Yep, make a might check. I think you're impaired, aren't you? So
Yeah.
Oh, it's difficulty 2.
Yeah, so,
Difficulty 3.
unlikely.
Oh my god. So Tane goes to push it, slips on the gore and blood, and goes prone next to it.
And then I'll just, like, pronely back away.
Yeah, you can like slide her back. I tell you what, you do that horror movie thing where you go up onto your ass and then slide
Yeah,
on the
that's
ground.
like
Like,
roller
fuck!
coaster, yeah.
This thing's like come. It actually does kind of move. It's on its turn. It does move to you, Tane, right? And it kind of like sniffs the air. And Everest, who's looking down at it with this look of like absolute ecstasy, it goes, "Nah, fuck that," and goes for Alia. It like kind of like swerves. It sees Everest like, I don't know. Yeah, like, yeah, I'm happy about this, and it sniffs the air. It's like, nah, I'm done with that. So, Alia, can you make a speed defense check?
Speed defense check. Oh, not another fucking hip crab.
You're 1 away, I'm afraid. It deals 2 damage to you as it stings you.
Okay,
That's two damage to your might pool, by the way.
got it. Yeah.
Alright. Everest.
I shoot thing with bolt rifle.
That is a hit, and yep.
Everest is redeeming himself for last session.
Yep. So, Alia, it's your turn.
Quick blank shot. Not again. Bang. Aye, aye, aye.
Use an experience to reroll, but
An experience.
yeah, it's a single experience to reroll.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
I've got experience.
There it is. And
Yeah.
you blast the thing away. And we are able to end combat there.
Can anyone tell me why the fuck we're still here?
Yes, innocent people are being sent from the planet below up to this ship, and they're just being decimated by this thing.
Okay, but we found the thing that decides how often they're sent up, right? What if we just sent that to like maximum 9,999 years?
Yeah, we can just stop it.
Okay, you're the guy who nearly got eaten by whatever the fuck that is. If you want to continue, be my guest. Let's go.
No, I meant we could
What the
stop.
fuck is that exactly?
We could stop people from being sent up altogether. That's what I meant.
Oh, okay. Because I'm stoked about whatever you want to do. Let's go.
Yeah, not so much right now. I'm gonna need some time.
Let's eat
You
the
might want to
mystery
check
meat.
your interface
I'm
as
gonna
well.
need some the space.
Say, let's eat the mystery meat. What is wrong with you, Adrian? What is?
Yeah. Just open a jar and neck it, and it's complete roulette.
I mean, I shouldn't have called this the ancient horror. Everest should be called the horror. Okay,
It
so
was nice to have a cameo from Craig, though.
Here you go.
Right, so you do have two pods in the main room that haven't been harvested by this thing.
Yeah, can someone like carry me back?
I'll help you.
Yeah,
back
I'm
to the
stoked
UK.
about that. Let's go. And Everest carries him.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll just go back to the ship and I'll go and lie down in whatever most likely med bay that we have,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
We have a bed, though.
We do have
and
that.
just lay down there.
Yep, you lay down.
Oh yeah,
Get
it's
some rest.
in a sorry, I didn't see. It's in a workroom, right?
It's number 4.
Yep.
Bed
Yeah,
four.
fine. So I'll head over there with the help of Everest and then lay down and it's me done for a while. I will say that if you need me to do something with the ship, I'll come back and do it. Let me lay down for a while first. Oh, actually, as we walk past the pilot's chair, I guess just plop me down in there. Like, I don't think the med bay is equipped with auto healing stuff by name.
It's not auto healing stuff, but it does have sedatives. It's able to make you rest and just basically for RP
Yeah.
purposes. It
Okay.
can stitch up wounds and stuff like that, and like apply glue to like injuries and stuff to stop bleeding. Other than that, it doesn't make you heal quicker.
No, okay. Well, knowing that, then I'll
Like a
just plop.
first aid bot rather than a healing
Yeah.
bot.
Yeah, okay. Well, in that case, I mean, I'm not falling apart, right? I'm just hurt. But I will just go and lay down in the pilot's chair of this ship then, and plug back in, so I can at least do something. While that's good because my intellect pool is still full, so it makes sense. My brain is still working. My body's just a bit short.
Yeah, you haven't taken loads of head injuries. You've taken mostly body
Yeah.
injuries. Yeah. Other than Alia, who's taken lots of head injuries this session.
Yeah, so I'll plug back in the pilot's chair and see what I can find out about setting the pulse from here, and just finding out what the options are for stopping biostasis uploads for a while.
Yeah, so you have full control over it.
Yeah.
Do what you want with the. You realise that she does say the moment you say can I stop this? Set the time. She says yes. There are 500 pods left from power plant A. Power plant B has 6,100 pods. And then it goes.
How many
And
pilgrims are there?
it goes all the way up to AZ. So A, B, C, A.
Yeah.
It's like
so there's
you're talking like a lot, people.
yeah, that's like 300,000 people, right?
I'll work it out for you.
30,000.
It's
That's
300
52. 52 times 600.
It's 1,200,000 people
Oh. Okay.
because there's 4 per pod.
Ah, yeah. True. Well,
Maybe wake some of them so they can up with a solution. Fix
there's
this?
2 of them on the ship currently in the
Yeah,
pods.
this planet had a small population of people working here. They weren't just when I say small, it is small for what it once was.
Yeah, 1 million people for a planet's very small, right?
Yeah,
So
it's a power planet.
2 billion.
It was harvested for its power, and people were working here. It doesn't make sense that it was set to 3 years, but you have no idea what happened here, really.
Yeah,
Other
well,
than
I'll
that,
let the others explore while they find out, and then if not, we can open some cryopods, talk to them.
okay. Yeah, so Ollie, as you walk into this area, it's like a storeroom, and it doesn't look like those creatures have touched this area.
I have a rifle through. I'm
Oh,
ecstatic.
Okay, yeah, both of you go ahead and make investigation checks, so the intellect checks. And if you've got like searching, perception, awareness, that'll lower it.
Nope.
Alright, so Alia finds a set of arc detonators.
what do they do?
Ah. So they are a set of 3 grenades. There's like ceramic spheres. They're a detonation cipher. They explode in the immediate area. The radiation burns so quickly that things affected it char. There you go, 3 of those.
Just as a preventative measure, I'm going to keep distortion up on the 3 of us. Cycle it each
Okay.
round to a new person. It lasts for a minute, so just so in case something comes along.
Yeah, so by the way, it's you throw it at short range, or you can like the hand when it says handheld projector, that's like maybe that's if you put it into like a grenade launcher or something. Yeah. So it's got like a 10-foot radius and it deals 6 damage to all targets in it.
Need some fireball.
And there's 3 of them. And for the others, because you've got like 4 and 8, we'll go with Everest first. Everest, can you roll me a D100? Okay. And then can you roll me another D100? You find in that storeroom a jar of face paint. What? That starts out black, but colours to change your mood while wearing it.
He puts on the face paint. He
Put it
says,
on.
Mood boy today, isn't
I know. Can you do the same, please, Celeste? Let's see what you find. 2 D100s. 24 and 12. That is a weird thing. I don't know how to explain this because I'm just going to give it to you. Fuck it. There you go. A black wedge that weighs £1 and becomes £1 heavier each month it remains in your possession.
The fuck?
It'd be really funny not knowing about it. You just put like a paperweight up on your
Yeah.
shelf, and just at some point just
Yeah, I mean,
out.
it's like a little like growing heart of a star. I don't know, little tiny one just seems to get heavier and heavier. It's like neutron mass from a neutron star or something. Slowly fills out.
I mean, is there anything particularly distinguishing about it that would make me bother taking it in the first place?
It's got the same symbol of the skull and tentacles. That's it.
Probably just leaves it.
Oh, could you imagine if like some sci-fi shenanigans happened with that, and you had time dilation, like you were around a black hole, and then the moment you leave it, it's like just gets massively heavier.
I don't think that would ever work because it's all relative, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
So
true.
you would always remain constant.
Alright, so other than that, all the food and drink has gone off in the storeroom. And it looks like it was hurriedly put here. It's not like the belongings of the first pilgrims to come up, maybe. Does anyone actually have any history? Like, knowledges?
Nope.
Okay.
Not me. Not me. I think Ali is the only one that owns a book.
If it's history though. Give me a moment. It's pressing keyboard, excuse me. I've got an engineering book, weird physics book, and a scarf.
Scarf?
And a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Shattered Worlds.
Okay, so that's a no. So what's the crew doing then?
Should have used that weird science book on the Arctech earlier.
I imagine the face paint that he's standing on a crate and shouting. "Rawr!"
What the fuck?
Really glad he doesn't have access to a computer right now.
Yeah, actually no, yeah. Don't give him a computer.
But check this door.
You look down it and see another long tunnel.
Oh,
Corridor.
do you reckon we're good now? Like, no more horrible things?
I have no idea. The ship's computer didn't seem to detect them.
Well, I guess we've got to check somehow. Weapons up, you reckon?
Oh yes, Alia,
I
as you
suspect so.
open this door, you see sleeping quarters, very dishevelled. Signs that maybe this hasn't been explored or opened very long.
Big old crap here.
Yeah,
Have a little.
Everest.
"Rawr!"
Did you put the face paint on?
Yeah, he put the face
Yeah,
paint.
so like you're ecstatic and like excited, so it just turns like you look like Mel Gibson in Braveheart. That's the only way I can describe
always looks like Mel Gibson. That's canon.
it. Oh god. Right, yeah, so you see this like dishevelled sleeping quarters, and you see there's lots of personal effects and belongings. Talking like photographs. You find more of those Celeste, you see them. The currency that you took from those Marines. You see lots of those around. All in like nominations of like 250,000, half of like 500,000, sorry, 750,000, a million, 2 million, 5 million.
I'll collect it up.
Yeah.
How much?
In total, there's about 25 million worth of this currency.
Boy, I hope someone collects this old shit.
Yeah, you just like you've just gone to like a charity shop and you've just bought tons and tons of like old stuff that nobody wants. That's what it is. You don't sell it on, and it's like not even worth the plastic it's printed on.
It's either that or it's a historical collector's item.
Yeah,
for
I mean,
people on Terra Prima.
That's what she's banking on at the moment, is historical coin collector or something.
Yeah, there's like
we're on comms, right?
yeah, you've constantly got.
So I'm just laying there, like flipping through the history pages, and think, well, it's referring to Terra Prima by a different name, Earth. I'm not really sure what that is, but apparently people here are from there.
Never heard of it.
No idea.
No, but I mean,
Stoked about the history they could teach us. Ah!
they're referring to Terra Prima as Earth. So perhaps someone on Terra Prima would know something about this.
I've never heard of it.
Alia.
So Alia,
Good, Ali.
yeah, let's get a basic intellect check to see how well you were schooled in the basic histories of Terra Prima. Yes, you're
Not well.
Not well. You're very like you're aware that this ship is old enough to be from the era of the first Novus, when the three sorceresses ruled the galaxy. So you realise that if it was like over 5,000 years old, that could be its origin. Back then, there were 3 empires, and Terra Prima was the seat of one of the empires. It's kind of like taught, almost like mythology in Terra Prima. Let me get up the and I'll show you. So yeah, so back home, Alia, the houses are taught that there was once an Archmagus called Tanya. She was queen of the empire that has now become the Imperium. But all as far as anyone is aware, that was like even a legend, or she was destroyed a long time ago, and the kind of legends of her power were exaggerated slightly. There's no lies when it comes to the fact that she and her sister empires are the ones that create the Archgates. They were far technologically advanced than some of the stuff you've got today. In some respects, still so far behind. So you're aware of that basic knowledge, but you're not aware of Terra Prima ever being called E-Earth or any of that stuff.
I'll relay that, and it's weird history, very murky stuff. But this place, it must be very, very old.
Yeah, I mean, we've been over that lot, right? Like a couple thousand years. At least.
So how does nobody know about this out here? If it is this Earth is Terra Prima.
Yeah, that's a good question. I guess it's just some far-off mine colony that just got forgotten over time. Or someone didn't really want to invest in making something good happen here. I guess with the storm that makes things less easy. And the question is, how did no one just happen upon it before?
Well,
Just really
these
fucking
things
great
did.
pilot.
Yeah, I mean, that could be.
I'm not
Then
just
again,
agreeing with
that
me.
we're
I'm
not too
stoked.
far away, because if no one has come across this place from Terra Prima or something, then well, where are we? If we're not in a known map system, concerns me.
Yeah, there's like, so you guys would know this as well. Like, when the first Novus was over, war was over, a lot of colonies, a lot of planets and systems were lost. Obviously, due to damage, battle, that kind of thing.
I will want to, like, if it's possible, do some data transfer between, like, our ship's computer and this one. I don't know how to make that happen, so I'll ask Alia about it. But basically, I want to, like, store the 60 million pages of records. Otherwise, just take the ship's computer, or I don't know, take the ship apart and tow it or something.
Yeah, unlike your ship, the hub of the computer seems to be in the bridge here. Like, your ship, the Rust Monster, has computer systems all throughout that are connected. This one is more like the systems all throughout the ship, and the computer's mainly in the bridge. So if you wanted to take the computer, you could. It just won't be connected to the systems in the ship anymore. Like, on your ship, you could have access to the entire computer from down in the engine room. Whereas here, you couldn't do that. You have to interface in the bridge.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, I want to, like, if we don't have to take the ship with us, then that would be preferable, of course, and I don't want to take it apart to, like, destroy it. So maybe the much more advanced tech equivalent of a flash drive, and just transfer the data.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say that's easy enough. Basically, you can write down some of it. You've got the hard drive to the Leviathan sleeps.
Alright. Oh, we can have the lantern, right? Make a physical copy of it, and then for 2 hours we can copy the computer over and then transfer it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then just connect it to our computer once it's on our ship. Yeah, okay. So can I write down like a copy of the computer then?
Yeah, you can.
Or like the contents?
Mm-hmm. Oh, look at you, heroes. Saving 1.2 million souls. That's a heroic
Well, I didn't
act.
get a chance to speak up. I was going to say we should fucking tip the ship out of orbit and let it burn up in the atmosphere, but we never got to that, so I'll keep my mouth shut. Fuck these space horrors. Fuck the people.
So, Arlie, as you begin heading this way, you begin feeling that static charge in the air you're so familiar with when you go through arc gates.
Heads up!
Have
Another wave incoming.
It's unlike the no, it's not like the radiation coming from the planet. It's like you're coming close to an arc gate. Or maybe something of that sort. The way that your hair stands on the arm, stands on its end, where you're getting that static through the air. You just feel like there's a hum of power.
Can I feel which direction it's coming from? It's just all over thing.
Westward.
Check it out, despite myself.
Oh, brave Alia. So yeah, you come to a door, and it gets stronger and stronger. Yeah, as you open this room, you see in the western part of the room, on a contraption connected to the wall, is some sort of glowing, eerie, kind of bluish sphere. Same sort of colour as the planet, almost identical, same sort of hue. You've never seen one in person. You've heard of them, Alia. That, my friend, is an arc drive.
Upgrade.
We might have something of value here. Everest?
That's interest and walks forward.
You're getting that hum in the air of
like-
power.
Everest!
Everest runs screaming. "Rah!"
Right, calm down for a minute. Is that what I think it is?
Do I recognize an arc drive when I see it, Liam?
Let me have a look at your skills. Yeah, they're populous enough to know what they are, but you've never, like, you've seen pictures, you've heard of them, never laid eyes on one. It's a bit rough, but it's definitely like an arc core right here.
This, my friends, has got to be worth more than my entire ship.
My erection says this is what we need.
Gross.
What the fuck is it?
Ah, sorry. I got really excited there for a moment. First stands back and gestures. This is an arc drive.
Oh. That does sound valuable. Can we take
You
it?
have to be seriously minted to have one of these. I don't see why she just inspects it quickly. Is this something that can be re-rigged?
It is.
I can't believe I'm actually saying this, but yes.
Yeah, most ships have the ability to have an arc drive installed. They just don't normally have one.
I mean, seriously minted. My dad has one. I think he's looking to get a second, but this one here would be the third one owned by my family, and it's a big deal.
If we put this into the Rust Monster, it would become the Super Rust Monster.
If we put this into the Rust Monster, we need to make sure we upgrade our security.
What, you think
I mean-
one drunk guy looking at comms isn't enough security?
Well, our track record is against us.
We've only been invaded twice. In like 3 days.
Two docks, 2 invasions. Honestly, when I get back to the ship, I'm going to sweep the whole thing.
Well, we should get this back to the ship.
We should.
Yeah. So arc cores like this are put into arc drives, So you have an empty arc drive. You just don't have the core. So you go to touch it, and it's like picking up like a hollow glass object. Like it thrums with that energy, and you can like it is like energy running through your body, but it is kind of like the shine of the magic inside outshines like the glass that you hold it, so it feels very strange to grab. It's like smaller than it looks because the light that shines it outshines it by a good foot. So the moment whoever picks it up, it's like their entire arm just gets covered in like a bluish hue.
I'm a giant
I'm vote
glowing
Everest.
blueberry.
I'm a giant blueberry!
I just want to see if the combined ecstatic patch and the energy coursing through this is enough to give him a heart attack.
Okay, so we got... Who's actually carrying it? It's Everest, right?
It's just Everest.
Yeah, cool. So you pick up the arc core and begin heading back, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't get skull crapped, girls.
Alright.
So it's okay for me to get skull crab? What?
Well, you aren't on the ship, are you?
I am. I'm in the bridge.
Oh, I thought you went like back to.
No, I figured it was too much of a walk and a hassle, so I just lay down in the bridge here.
Well, I'm stoked for you. Look at me. I'm a blueberry.
Okay, yeah, so you guys head back to the Rust Monster with the reward of an arc core in your possession. I'm going to go ahead and end the session there and give everyone an experience point.
I can level up. I have 6.
Oh, wait, you found an artifact. You found an artifact. And I have a 1d6 plus 4 from someone.
Yes. Perhaps I'll make one good roll session.
So,
Oh.
Hey!
so everyone gets an extra 2 experience on top.
Hey,
So that's 3 in total, yeah?
Yep. Yeah, you found an artifact, a level 10 artifact. You got
Oh,
level...
that means I got 2
That's
level
brilliant.
ups.
You got a level 10 arc core. Jesus.
That's
I
2
have
level
10
ups.
experience.
That's a very powerful artifact you've just found.
Big boy arc.
Yeah, you rolled maximum.
Good
It's
boy.
like highest quality.
Mm-hmm.
That
It's
means
like-
I can get +1 edge.
Alright, so we'll end the session there.